Hi, I'm Anna, and welcome back to the D5 Audible cheat sheets on Vin Doux Naturels, or VDNs. VDNs are defined by a single decisive intervention, early fortification. But to understand quality at D5 level, it's essential to look at how fermentation management, extraction, and maturation choices work together to shape style. VDNs are made by adding grape spirit to fermenting juice or must to stop fermentation and preserve natural grape sugar. The minimum residual sugar levels are regulated and vary by appellation. For muscat based VDNs, minimum residual sugar ranges from 100 to 125 grams per liter. For Grenache based VDNs, the legal minimum is 45 grams per liter, though in practice, many wines sit closer to 100 grams per liter. The fortifying spirit used is neutral grape spirit at 95 to 96% alcohol. Because of its high strength, only a relatively small volume is required, roughly 1 liter of spirit for every 10 to 20 liters of fermenting juice or must. This keeps the spirit neutral in sensory terms and ensures that grape character remains dominant. Fortification typically takes place when fermentation reaches between 5 and 8% alcohol. This arrests fermentation and results in wines with an alcohol level between 15 and 18% ABV. Fermentation for both white and red VDNs takes place in stainless steel vessels, allowing precise temperature control. White VDNs are generally fermented at cool temperatures of around 15 degrees Celsius to preserve fresh primary fruit and floral aromas. Red VDNs are fermented at warmer temperatures around 28 degrees Celsius to encourage color, flavor, and tannin extraction while still retaining fruit expression. For VDNs made from white grape varieties, grapes are typically pressed and the juice fermented off the skins. However, producers may choose to include a short period of skin contact before fermentation, usually between 6 and 24 hours. This enhances aromatic extraction from the grape skins. In addition, winemakers may separate different press fractions to create blending options later, using heavier pressed juice to add body and texture if required. A distinctive feature of unaged VDN production is flexibility around timing. Grape juice, destined for youthful styles, may be chilled and stored for several months before fermentation. This allows producers to ferment and fortify according to market demand, ensuring wines are released with maximum freshness. Throughout this process, wines are protected from oxygen to preserve primary aromas. For Grenache based VDNs, winemaking follows red wine logic up to and beyond fortification. Fermentation begins while the must is in contact with the skins, and standard cap management techniques such as pumping over and punching down are used. Fortification occurs while the wine is still in contact with the skins. The addition of spirit not only stops fermentation but also enhances extraction of color, flavor, and tannin. These components are particularly important for Grenache based VDNs destined for oxidative aging. In some cases, maceration continues for up to 2 weeks after fortification to maximize extraction. Once fermentation and fortification are complete, maturation decisions become the primary driver of style. VDNs may either be released young to showcase primary fruit or subjected to oxidative aging to develop tertiary complexity. Each appellation uses specific labeling terms to signal these stylistic choices. Youthful unaged VDNs are typically released a few months after fortification. Wines are stored in sealed stainless steel vats at cool temperatures and protected from oxygen with inert gas. These wines retain vivid varietal expression. Muscat based wines show pronounced floral and grapey aromas, often alongside peach, pear, and honey. Grenache based wines display fresh red and black fruit characters such as raspberry, blackberry, and plum. Oxidatively aged VDNs follow a very different path. These wines may be matured for several years in old oak barrels that are not topped up, encouraging oxygen exposure. Alternatively, some wines are aged in glass demijohns known as bonbons. These are partially filled and left outside in the sun, accelerating oxidative aging. Wines aged in demijohns may be bottled directly, transferred to barrel for further maturation, or used as blending components with other oxidatively aged wines. This flexibility allows producers to build complexity and consistency across different batches. From a D5 perspective, the key insight from this episode is this. In VDNs, fortification fixes sweetness and alcohol early, but style is defined later. Fermentation temperature, skin contact, extraction during and after fortification, and the choice between reductive or oxidative maturation determine whether a wine is fresh and aromatic or complex and tertiary driven. In the next episode, we'll step back from production and look at how this diversity is organized through appellations, labeling terms, wine styles, and the commercial logic of Vin Doux Naturels. I'll see you at the next episode.